Hello everyone, my name is Mirna, and on behalf of the Mindalia TV team, welcome to Mindalia live streaming, where thousands of people around the world gather daily to see the lectures and interviews organized by Mindalia TV. Today with us we have Sandra Raso. Sandra is a healer. She is the founder of the Modern Mystery School. But before starting with Sandra and all the amazing information that she's going to be sharing with us today, we want to remind you that Mindalia's mission is to share information that can help raise the level of consciousness in the planet, and you can help us by subscribing to our channel, leaving us a positive comment on this video, or sharing it with someone that you know that can benefit of the content that we're going to be talking here today. Also, when we are live streaming, we have an active chat. It's a screen you're going to be seeing on my side, and through there, you're more than welcome to interact with us. We want you to collaborate with Mindalia with your own valuable content. For that, you can go to our website. On the top, you are going to be finding a link that says Collaborate with Mindalia, and that link takes you to a form that you can fill out for our technical team to be getting in contact with you. And you can do so in English through Mindalia TV English, but you can also do it in Spanish through Mindalia Televisión, and Portuguese through Mindalia Televisão. Visit our different channels and platforms, like, subscribe. When you do that, you are not only helping us reach as much people in the planet as possible, but you are keeping also yourself updated with the amazing information that we share there on a daily basis, more than 40 live streams a week. I'm not going to delay this any further because actually we have a time limitation. We have Sandra in Bali and it's about to get dark there. So we're going to need to use the sunlight as much as possible. Sandra, welcome to Mindalia. How are you?
Thank you so much.
Welcome. How are you?
It is
Can
an
you hear me?
honor. Yeah, I can hear you perfect. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, I think we have a little bit of a delay, but that must be just the internet. Sandra, I have been following your profile and a little bit of your work, and I understand that you combine a couple of different techniques, healing techniques,
Mhm.
to heal trauma. And one of the main tools that you use is sexual transmutation. Am I right?
Is like sexual alchemy. Yeah, so it's female sexual energy cultivation. Yeah.
Wow. What can you tell us about it? That sounds amazingly interesting. I want to hear everything.
Well, I guess sexuality is a big topic. It's really wide, and we can approach it from different perspectives. But sexuality and basically is energy force, is the life force that creates everything that exists, and basically we focus in the healing of this energy. I guess we are all part of it. Like, we come from a sexual act, and then when we go to do our lives, we use our sexual energy to communicate with others, to live our lives, to have a relationship with somebody, even the relationship with like our work and our communities. Everything is sexual energy. So yeah, we can define sexuality or sexual energy as energy life force that pours through us, and we create our lives with it.
Wow.
Yeah.
So you think that nowadays we kind of have a misconception and we are misusing our sexual energy?
For sure. Actually, like through the media or through many religions or our education, sexuality has been repressed, and it's kind of in the shadows. And when you put something in the shadow, it always pops up. You know, we have the pornographic industry that is like everywhere around, and that's just a reflection of sexuality being in the shadow. So it's like our life is an expression of what is inside of us. So we have the conscious mind, that is what we see, and we have the unconscious mind, that is 90, 97% of the mind is the subconscious mind. So if we repress the energy of sexual energy or anything and we put it into the subconscious mind, it will pop up in really dark ways. And in this
Wow.
case, it will be like the pornographic industry, for example, is one example of that. Yeah. Mhm.
I understand. So basically, what I've been understanding so far is that maybe our culture suppresses our sexual side, and then out of that suppression, industries like the pornographic industry, music industry, and entertainment are actually making that shadow that has been suppressed come out as something that is not what it's supposed to be, right?
Yeah, that's right.
And I am also very interested about the divine feminine, that feminine energy. Do you work only with women? Do you work with men as well? Can you tell me a little bit about it?
Well, at this school, I work mainly with women, but in our day-to-day life, like there is men in my life. I have brothers, I have lovers, like there is men in my life. So this work is kind of an extension of my way of living. But at the school is like a mystery school of feminine arts, and there is mainly women. Yeah.
What do you teach them when they what will be one of the problems that they approach you with? Like what's the normal your patients or your clients, I'm not sure how you call them. What are the type of problems that they come to you with?
Okay, so normally they come like because they have or a sexual trauma, or they have problems with money, or they have not self-confidence enough, or there is some pattern that repeats in their lives and they are looking for deeper answers. So yeah, basically problems with money, problems with your partner, when men does not commit to you, or all those are reflections actually of how we approach sexual energy. So normally they come with that problem, or is in other cases like entrepreneurs or open-minded people like yoga instructors or coaches that really want to take their job into the next level. Yeah.
I have so many questions. You have no idea. And we're gonna make it work with the sunlight, okay? Even if
Yeah, I think actually I think it's raining now.
it's raining, do you want to stop?
I don't know. I think we can go inside because of the rain.
Yes, of course.
Yeah.
Let me know
Yeah,
when
let's.
you're ready.
Okay. Yeah, there was not much light left.
And let me tell you, the place where you're at is just like it came out of a movie set. It's beautiful.
Thank you so much. It's Bali, part of Bali life, I guess.
I love it. How long
Yeah.
have you been there?
I came in March, and now it's July, so a few months for now.
Oh, nice. Are you planning on staying there definitely?
It will be one base from now on. This is a really like a hotspot where actually I can do my work, and it's really open for this kind of teaching. So yeah, this will be one base.
It's a great set. Let me ask you something. How
Yeah.
is money related to your sexual energy? I think most people are not fully aware of what's the
Yeah.
relationship between money, power, and sex from a very sacred perspective, of course.
Okay, yeah, it is really connected. If we talk about sexual energy is kind of like many people know it like through the Kundalini, like the Kundalini rising from your spine, from the first base or first chakras, and it rises all the way up. So in the base of the chakras, the first one is related with money, with survival. So if we really repress this energy, we are repressing everything that it is part of survival, which it will be in our modern society, money. And yeah, it is symbolically for the unconsciousness mind, money and sexual energy, it is actually the same. So normally if you have a problem with money, you have a problem with sexual energy, and the opposite way around. Like symbolically, it is the same in the unconsciousness mind. So we can go really deep with this, but it is a symbol. Okay, so once you really start using your sexual energy in the correct way, you know how to cultivate your sexual energy, how to transmute this energy into creative force. You can use it towards building your life, and then through that building of your life, you can actually create your own business or create the life of your dreams. And then money is just one representation of that abundance. Okay. Normally, we do not focus in money. We focus in abundance. We focus in cultivation of the energy, in being aware of the power that we hold. So you can put it, you can be conscious about how to harness that energy and put it towards some projects and then take it out from other projects. So it will be like a tank. We born with a tank of energy, like a tank of gasoline, like in the car. But we born with a certain amount of energy. So if you spend your energy in an unwise ways, like partying too much or like opening yourself sexually to everyone without any selection, you are actually burning that tank out. And there is a moment in your life where um, your skin, your relationships, and your life start kind of decreasing down. So if you are not aware of this energy, you can burn it out and blow it off. And there is a moment that there is no more to soak in. So the whole practice is how to be aware of this energy, how to cultivate it in a really smart way. And then it is called for ancient Chinese traditions. That is one of the traditions we work with, which is Taoist tantric arts. It was called the fountain of life. And it was called the fountain of life because women that used to generate their own sexual energy in a conscious way, they look younger for longer periods of time. So I guess to understand sexuality, we need to go far forward uh, when the ancient Chinese empire was run by the emperor. I don't know in
Emperor.
English, emperor, and he had some priestess behind. Um, those female sexual energy cultivation practices were in secret for thousands of years. And even then, it was just used for some people of the court, not all of them. They actually were using this energy towards building an empire. In that time was like the Chinese empire. But then this information kind of got lost for many years with spirituality and many other ancient mystery schools. But now what I see around the world is that people is starting to do yoga, people is starting to really open themselves for other ways of living. And these Taoist practices, many of them are called Tantra. I will not call it Tantra because Tantra has been really misunderstood. But these Taoist practices is kind of, they are coming out to the surface. People is kind of ready to really embrace the power that we hold.
Probably
So,
the
yeah.
the power that comes with knowing how to use our sexual energy. Do you think it's kind of overwhelming, and that is why probably it was put away until we came to a certain level of consciousness, or according to your understanding, how you feel it? How was
Well,
it?
it is like a knife. Okay, like if you, it's depending on the consciousness that you hold. So sexual energy is like a knife, like giving a knife to a baby. Maybe you will not do that. But if you are conscious about how to use a knife, you can cut the veggies for the dinner for the baby. Or like a fire, you can burn an entire house down, or you can warm a home. So sexual energy, it requires for us to be in a certain state of consciousness to really use this energy, because it's really, really powerful. It's the strongest force in the entire world. It makes sense.
Yes, it makes sense. It looks like it comes for what I've been seeing, at least in your case, it comes with an entire lifestyle. It looks like you eat very clean and that you live your life in a very calm way. Am I right?
Yeah. So yeah, I actually like how these teachings came out in ancient China when there was no televisions, there was not cities. People were living in really like living in nature, and they were really devoted to their spiritual journey. They knew we were a spirit inside a body, so they wanted to really prolong their life as much as they could, so they could like evolve their spiritual journey in less time, so they didn't have to come back and reincarnate themselves again. So they learned how to like live longer time, so they had more time to evolve. That was kind of the base of these teachings. We need to understand that in those times there was not TVs, there was not like advertisement everywhere around, distractions everywhere. They were actually living in nature, and when they had nothing to do, they were looking at the stars, they were feeling their bodies, and they just start feeling that there was some energy going through their bodies, and they could even map down all the meridian system that acupuncture knows today. So acupuncture is the knowledge of knowing where the meridians go, but the energy that runs through those meridians is sexual energy. Okay, so they start kind of understanding and developing the technology that is our body.
Wow.
So this is really interesting for them to get there. They really um, needed a really harmonic lifestyle that they could go so inwards to develop these methods. Like acupuncture is just kind of a consequence of discovering how the sexual energy runs through your own body. So they could even cultivate the energy from the ovaries in women and move it through the organ that needs more energy. They could move like the life force to the organ or to the part in your life that needs more help in some moment. And this energy, because it's energy itself, is life force, it will heal what needs to be healed. Okay, so this is where it comes from.
That is super interesting. What I want to find out is how did you got interested in this? Like how what was the events in life that took you to
I
doing what you do
Interesting.
and living the lifestyle that you live?
I guess I went to university. I studied communication. I had everything that a person can have to be actually happy, and I wasn't. There was something inside myself. I have grown in a really like wild environment in the north of Spain in the mountains, and I'm coming from a family of farmers. So I kind of grew wild there. And after the university, when I needed kind of to settle down and go to Barcelona and find a normal job and work for the system, I was already living outside the system, so I couldn't. It was really hard for me. So I started traveling, and through these travels, I started involving myself with medicine women and shamans from Bolivia, Peru, Mexico, and many countries in Latin America. And it's been actually 10 years um, with them and learning about these practices and these ways of living. So the problems that we have in our modern society, they don't know them because they live in such a harmony with life that there is not cancer, for example. It's like there is certain sicknesses that are normal in our society that they don't even know these sicknesses exist. For them, there is one sickness, and it's fear. So when you are in a fear state, then you need to control, or you allow yourself to be controlled. So here is where your attention goes, that many people know your energy flows, but that energy is sexual energy, you know? So if you are in a state of fear that you need something outside yourself to make you feel safe, yes, you can live in the modern society and you can live inside kind of the normal three-dimensional paradigm of many people. But when you awake yourself to your own power, that is your sexual energy, there is no container or box that can hold you in. It makes sense.
Yes,
It's kind of, yeah.
yes, it makes complete sense. So we're going to have to start wrapping up because as we
Yeah.
predicted, we have a limitation with the light. But there are so many questions that I have for you.
Yeah.
Before leaving, I wanted to ask you, what is one of the things that us as women are doing wrong in regards to the usage of our sexual energy? If you could pinpoint, because I know that there's always a couple of things that okay, yes, this is the very first thing that you see with everyone that comes to your practice.
There is actually nothing that we do wrong. It's just that we have forgotten the wisdom that we hold. It's a fact that we have born in a society that they don't teach us the wisdom and the technology of the body. So we end up buying technology outside, but this technology of the body is so perfect that if we use it right, we will not have problems with relationships or with jobs. That mainly that's the problems that the women have, the women that come to me. There is a problem with a partner, or there is a problem with a job, or there is a sensations of feeling lost in life. So those, or even there is like feminine symptoms like breast cancer, polycystic ovaries, problems in your womb, or bad relationship with your mother. When those feminine symptoms come and manifest in your reality, they are actually just a consequence of you not knowing your power and embracing your feminine side of your own body, you know? So the wrong thing, if I can call it wrong, it will be that our society is really masculine. So when we want to be a powerful women, we tend to build businesses or to compete with each other. But that's a masculine way of approaching empowerment. So when a woman gets there, as I did, I had everything I possibly could have, and everyone will sign for the rest of their life. I wasn't happy there. And it took me to understand and embrace my feminine side in order to find that fulfillment inside myself. So the wrong thing, it will be just
Forgetting the fact that our power is not in becoming men, but actually
yeah,
winning being a woman.
yeah. So the feminine empowerment can be really misunderstood. It's not about competing with women or competing with men. Is actually completely different, and that's what we focus here.
If you had a number one advice for us, the girls that are around the world misusing our energy, what would be that advice so we can reclaim or start being familiar again with our feminine energy?
It will be to create a practice of homecoming, and with that I mean to create your own sovereign sexuality. You have to become a sovereign creator in order for you to know who you are. And I will say to create a practice where you can step away of the problems with your partner, the problems that you have in this like busy life, a sacred space where you can just rest and feel and listen to your body, to come back to the body. That's the feminine. The feminine is not intellectual, it's not in the mind, it is in the body. So something that everyone can create is a sacred space where you can just be with yourself, put the books that you like, your sacred altar if you create altars, and also it will be really nice practices to come back to the body. For example, dance will be a good one. The dance is a big part of feminine empowerment because it's the only way you come back to the body. Is the dance and movement is actually a language that is a feminine language that has been forgotten. So that will be one.
Okay, that sounds very good. It's not only good but fun. Sandra,
Yeah.
thank you. You made this
Yeah.
possible. As I'm not sure if I mentioned it earlier, Sandra is in Bali. We made whatever it was, needed to be able to meet with her. She went through rain, and right now it's actually getting dark. So we're gonna have to leave our conversation to this point, but we want to thank you for dedicating your time in allowing the Mindalia cameras to be a channel for your ideas. A couple of things before we leave, and it's where can our audience find you, Sandra?
Sorry?
Where can our audience find you? How can they reach out to you?
There is a website which is awokenwoman.com, or in Instagram also awokenwoman.com, and there is more information about this journey there.
Okay, and that sounds perfect. That's a way to reach you, and you can actually help them becoming what they want to become. Thank you again. We want to send you a big hug, and to our audience, of course, sending you the great big hug from our heart to yours. Remember that you can like, subscribe, and follow not only this channel, but our English channel and our Spanish channel and our Portuguese channel. Thank you, Sandra. Sandra from
Thank
Bali
you
says
so
goodbye.
much.
Have a good day. Bye. Until next time.
Bye.